Hi folks, today we're going to look at Reveal Math Grade 2 Unit 9 Lesson 5, Decomposing Addends to Add 3-Digit Numbers. My usual disclaimer, I don't work for Reveal Math or for anyone's school district. I'm a math content coach, consultant, and tutor, and I have a daughter in 2nd grade using Reveal Math. So I'm making these videos to help parents and caregivers understand how their kids are learning math these days. Lesson 5 has us decompose addends to add 3-digit numbers. So you can see in both of these example problems that they decomposed the smaller number. So they decomposed the 229 in two different ways and then used a number line to add those. So we are going to look at a different problem that I made up. 423 plus 178. Now you could decompose either one of these, but teachers usually tell their kids to make it easier for yourself, start with the bigger number and decompose the other one. So decompose the smaller number. So we're going to decompose this in two different ways. Let's first decompose by place value. So I will do 100 plus 70 plus 8, because that's what makes 178. And then I can do this a number of different ways. The example problems had students using a number line. I know some teachers don't like number lines quite as much though, so your child can use whichever way they're most comfortable with for this. So we'll start with 423, the bigger number, the bigger addend, and then we're going to add 178, but now broken up into 100 plus 70 plus 8. So as you can see in the example problems, you can start with anything here. So I will start by adding 100 because that's easiest for me. And I know that's going to take me to 523. And now I'm going to add the 70 because that's the next smaller number, but I could really do this in any order. And I know that's going to get me to 593. If I'm not sure about that, if your kids aren't sure about that, you could count by tens from 523. So 533, 543, 553, etc. until you've counted up by 7 tens or 70. And then finally I have the 8 to add. So I know 573 plus 7 is going to get me to 600. So that's kind of a good benchmark number. So then if I'm adding 8, I'm going to go one past 600. So I could show this jump of 8 like this, getting me to, running out of room to write over here, but getting me to 601. Or I could count the jumps like 594, 595, 596, 597, etc. up until I get to 601. Now I'm going to try decomposing the 178 a different way. And hopefully I'll get the same answer of 601. If I don't get the same answer, that means I did something wrong. So that's a good check for your students. I'm still going to break this down into 100 because I think that's easiest. That's our biggest chunk of the number. And then let's say 50 and 28. And again, I can break this up any way that I want to, that I'm comfortable working with. So your students could break this up into 150 and 28, or 160 and 18, or really like whatever they want that gives them something they can work with. The idea is that they're getting comfortable decomposing numbers or breaking them up in order to put them back together. So if I decompose the 178 that way, I'm still going to start with 423. Also, I could decompose that 423. It makes it a little harder because it's a bigger number, but if your students are comfortable with that, they certainly could. And then I'm going to add, let's add the 50 here actually, just to see what happens. So I know that 423 plus 50 is 473. Then let's see, maybe then I'll jump the 100. That gets me to 573. And then I still have 28 left. So maybe I'll do 20, 10, 20. That gets me to 593. And then I have 8. So again, just like the last way, we can count that 8 however we want to. But I'm just going to show, for time's sake here, one leap of plus 8. That gets me to 601. So again, got the same answer. That means I did it correctly. That's it for Lesson 5. Thank you for watching. If you like this, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment with any other content you'd like explained, and if you're interested in reading my thoughts on math education, check out my Substack at Make Math Make Sense on the Substack app.